What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my next YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be going over NEO. We're going to break it down from a technical standpoint. We're basically going to talk about where I think it's going and basically the outlook for NEO. Now, before we get into this video, I'd like to remind you that I do have a free Discord server. So if you need help, click the link in the description below, completely free, and I'm here to help you guys out. So let's get right into the video. Let's break down NEO. Let's talk about what's happening. Now, I made a video last night about NEO. I said NEO, it was holding the support, but barely. We were barely holding that support, and it was something I was watching very, very closely. I talked about that in last night's video, and I said if we break that and we hold above it, then I'm not going to be a buyer, or I wouldn't want to add on to NEO until we get back down to $52.77, $53, around that price range. Doesn't have to be exact, but that's the area I was looking at. Now, what happened today? Well, we actually got that sell-off, unfortunately, right? We decided to sell off, and now we're underneath it. We're underneath it. Now, I do like to mention something, though. At one point, we did hit lows of 54.50, so we did come back up. So if you're watching NEO and you're looking to take an entry, in my opinion, what I would do is I would wait for that pullback to come down to either right here, so you get the entry here at 52.77, or if you want to be on the safe side, then go ahead and you can wait for it to go back up and then take an entry right here at $57. It's really dependent on what your risk management is, where you think it's going. But what I would do, like I said, I would wait for that pullback down to $53, or if you get in it now, keep in mind, I would not stop out at least until probably around this $52 range. Even if I took an entry right now, it wouldn't make sense for me to stop out right at support. So you have to be smart with what your entries are and where your stop loss is at. Now, if you're trading this just because you're in this long term, there's no need for you to worry about this price action right now. This is for the people who like to add on to the dips. This is for the people that like to look at where it's going, tomorrow. But like I said in many videos before, I know there's a bunch of long-term people in my comment sections, and thank you for watching. You guys, you rock, because you like to see where it's going day to day. So what's the plan for tomorrow? What's the course of action? Where do I think we're heading, and what you need to prepare for? Well, there's a couple things that I'm looking at, right? So obviously the first main one I talked about in that last night's video was that push up to $57. So getting above that is bullish. So tomorrow, let's say we're super green. We're just, it's a good day for everyone in NEO. We get above $57, and then the next level I'm looking at, maybe we consolidate here, so we just go sideways, and then we start pushing up, to resistance at $59. So that's the ideal situation, right? It may not happen that we may get a pullback, but that would be ideal that we push up, consolidate, then push back up to $59. Now, I'm not saying that happens, but that's the bullish case scenario. And then, maybe Friday we keep uptrending, and then next week we're solid, right? But let's talk about the bearish case right now, because we are starting to, it looks like we're still in a downtrend. So we have to factor that in. We want NEO to go up, but we also can't be blind to what's happening, right? So you have to understand what's happening. And right now, we're kind of hanging out. We've been on this downtrend. This is apparent. There's no way around it. We're in this downtrend momentarily. You can see this trend line right here, where every time we push up, we fall down. But overall, big picture, we're still up. So there's no need for you to be panicking. There's no need for you to get mad at this or frustrated. I know that you're mad that it keeps fluctuating everywhere, but right now let's talk about the bearish case scenario. So bearish case, we keep getting rejected by this trend line, and then eventually we hopefully base out around $53. So that is where I'd be looking for it to base out around. Now it could keep falling. The base doesn't have to be at $52.77. It could keep falling, and if that's the case, then I look to buy at $50. Now, I'm not saying that happens. We could just keep turning around right here, and we could go up. Overall, though, this is the trend that's happening for NEO right now. We have this downtrend, and then we're kind of making this triangle right here. Notice that we do have a base right here. So we have a base right here. Either we break up to the upside or we break down to the downside. Either way, one move is going to give, and if you're bullish on NEO, obviously you want that move to the upside. So hopefully that plays out tomorrow. Two things you need to keep in mind to conclude this. Two things you need to keep in mind is that above $57, we're bullish. Right now we're hanging out in the middle. We're bearish for the moment, and then $53 right there is the support area. So that's something you need to keep in mind for tomorrow's session. I hope everyone was at least green in other aspects of the market. I know the market was up huge today, and right now we're kind of getting some action here on the market because we got, I think, Amazon reported earnings, and then Amazon reported earnings, and then who else was the other one? I think it was one more if I wasn't mistaken. Google, right? So let's get this up here real quick just so we can see it. I know this isn't a video, but look, Google's all the way up here. Amazon is all the way down here now. So you take your pick, but overall it shouldn't really affect the market. Yes, the market was up, NEO wasn't up. I think tomorrow we should be bullish on NEO if we can get back above $57. That's the target I'm looking for. Hopefully we do get back above that. We did have buyers here, so that's a positive if you're looking at it that way. Either way, guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate all of the support, and I'll see you all in the next video.